Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to talk quickly here about ICP, see what's going on. We came down to bounce off this previous resistance level, turn support at just again $11.90, rough estimate $12, and we're seeing a slight increase here moving forward. This could be the beginning of our ABC pattern. We're still looking for our A, basically our lower point there, but if this is the A, then we could see the price pull back upwards of these 0.5, 0.382 fib levels, which should be right close to that volume profile. So we're going to talk about that and much more. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, hope you can learn something here today. If you do want to become a better trader, of course, cryptocash.tech is a site. Link down below. We've got a lot of new members here. Make sure that if you're in our Discord, you read thoroughly through our signals guide. Explains everything from top to bottom if you are unfamiliar with how my trade signals work. Premium is my premium group. I basically send out trade signals for swing trades. These are manually monitored myself. And my Premium Plus is basically my day trading. Okay, so these are my day trade bots, essentially trading Forest Matic. We took some nice shorts there from Solana as well. And this morning, as a matter of fact, our bots are reading a lot of long positions. So we're going to see if a long position is viable. Keep in mind, those are scalp trades, right? Doesn't mean you just take a long now and you're good to go. It's a totally different story. That's why I like to explain that. Oh, very last thing too, of course, Bitunix, they have an extremely awesome futures trading competition. Link down below as well for that. Be sure to check that out. You can register here in the next 24 hours, and all the details are listed down below. You do have to register with my link first, of course, to be eligible, but totally a nice little benefit there. They get you some really nice rewards. Okay, so daily time frame. Let's talk about this here. We have come up to a 7 on TD sequential. We're getting this reset. So we got this nice little pullback, if you will, that's bouncing tentatively off this most recent resistance. In other words, the previous high at about $12, close approximate, is the new low. So we could presume that might hold. Now keep in mind, that's right in the middle of this 0.618, 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. That's a very, very common area for the prices to retrace and bounce. So we do get that bounce, based on Elliott Wave, we could see another higher, lower high and then a lower low after that. That's possibly what we're looking for here. Okay, so that's generally where we're at here in this situation. So ICP is looking okay. I wouldn't say this is a phenomenal situation. We got a MACD divergence on the horizon, somewhat of a concerning sign there. We can see stochastic is already swinging down. We're above 70 on the RSI, and money flow index is trailing behind. So it basically tells us that there's still money in the coin, but the RSI is calming down. That's a good sign in a lot of ways. But once more, getting closer to 50, somewhat of a concerning area. This basically just implies that we could see much more downside for this coin. It might be just getting started. Okay. Again, we want to be mindful of that. If that's 100% reality, no. But again, that's why we look at the daily time frame to just get kind of like the overall sentiment of what's going on generally, and then we can kind of make a sounder decision as we look at smaller time frames. All right, so taking a look here at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the price action is below majority of moving averages, the 20 and the 50, but we're below or above the 100 and the 200. It's kind of right there in the middle. I don't love trading coins that are in this range, but again, it's not like a determining factor specifically, just a contributing factor. Take a look at RSI, getting closer to 30. As we get closer to 30, the buying opportunity continues to increase. In other words, money flow index really low, along with lower RSI. That implies it's oversold, and there's a lot of money that has come out of the coin recently. That really just tells us that there's a great chance that money would start flowing back into the coin because people feel it's a good value. It's more of a mental thing here with this. So again, when we got situations like this here, I prefer to avoid it until the price action gets even lower. But again, we're at a pretty overextended low state too, right? So when we came down to a 9 and then had this massive little wick down, so logic would say buy the dip, right? But logic doesn't always work. In fact, you could almost take the exact opposite of logic and apply that to trading, and it works. It's the weirdest thing. Either way, we look at these fib levels here. Once again, $12.31, tentative resistance here for us, because again, that was the most recent fib level there, and when you drop below 0.5, it'll work as a resistance. So we can presume the price might be range bound between 12 and about 12.30. If we break above or below that range, we can have a different conversation, but in order to establish a bullish uptrend, we need to establish a range-bound activity first, and this is still a little premature. So either way you look at it, we're overextended to the downside. There's no other way around it. But if we do look at Elliott Wave here, we can kind of recognize that with our ABC pattern, if this is just happening right now, we can kind of look at it this way here, where we pull up our fibs and just kind of see these are the areas. And I'll post this on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, just so you can kind of see it. If the price has found its bottom, we could very well see the price pull back up to just say 1350 upwards of 1460, and then another retracement from there. It's really common for that to occur in ABC pattern after the price action has hit its 1 through 5. which it did quite nicely, by the way. So again, just a thought there, school of thought. I'll put that on our social there for you. So, okay, take a look here at the hourly. Let's wrap this up here. Something important to note is the cloud. Big surprise, right? We are in a situation where most coins are exuding the same behavior. So at this point, we still have every consideration to leave a short position open if you have one. I really don't recommend taking shorts in this market right now, especially with the Bitcoin ETF stuff going on here soon. I think there's a lot of craziness that could occur. Bitcoin could definitely dump before it ramps back up. And if so, maybe consider hedging some of your longs with some shorts, right? Again, trying to get too crazy with leverage right now, it's not a good condition for leverage, as you can see. I mean, just say you had taken a long right here, 10x long, you would have been liquidated, okay? So again, just simple rules here apply. Keep it basic, low leverage, low position sizing. Maybe consider DCAing instead into a spot bag instead of essentially, taking a bunch of liquidated potential long positions, okay? All right, so that's basically just full-on bear town. There's really nothing here. If in the next 12 hours the price stays in this range, it may invalidate this downtrend, and it would give us consideration for the price to continue to increase from here. Okay. Again, we got to break this range, and we're right now so far stuck in a range here between about just say a low point at $12 is a close approximate, upwards of $12.30. So this little channel here, we got to break free from that in order to have any kind of legs to stand on. Okay, a lot of that hinges on the fact that we just need to kind of ultimately get over here. It's literally going to take a couple of days before we have any type of bullish confirmation. So just kind of get it out of your head. A long position with this coin is not viable right now. And again, as soon as I upload this video, there's a great chance it'll shoot straight up again and invalidate the whole thing. And that's okay, because then we would have a chance to be able to get in at a confirmational sign. But truth is, it's going to waver and jump around a lot until we break this lower high, lower low pattern. There's no reason to take a long position. Or should you take a short position? I guess that's the opposite thought process there too, because people seem to think as soon as, if there's no validation for a long, you just take a short. If that's how you trade and that's how you're doing it, you're probably doing it wrong. You're probably over trading. But if you're more of a patient trader like myself, I find 95% reasons not to take a trade and only focus on the 5%. Okay. So to me, I don't see a full-on confirmation that we should take a short either. Even though you're statistically more likely to find better profits on the way down with most coins right now, I still don't recommend it. Again, that's just me personally. You do what you want. And if you like to roll the dice, it's all good. Me personally, this isn't like a full-on confirmation for a short either, because it's massively overextended to the downside. There's a good chance we could see a relief rally. Okay, all right, that's that. Very last thing, again, I touched on this earlier, but use my link down below to register for Bitunix. No KYC, no VPN exchange, phenomenal exchange. By default, you get awesome benefits. But if you use my link to register, above and beyond that, you'll be eligible for this trading competition. 2 weeks, it runs from the 15th to the 29th. You can register as of tomorrow on the 8th of January. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. Be sure to check that out. All that information is on our Discord under our promos section if you're curious. I just posted that a few minutes ago. All right, thanks again, folks. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take good care of yourself.